feeling rich because the stock market's gone up, feeling rich because the crypto market went up, feeling rich because the price of their home went up. This is all changing right now. Again, crypto down, stocks down, and soon, probably within the next 90 days, we begin to see housing prices really begin to come down. It's Monday, May 9th, 2022. Markets decimated today. We have a lot to talk about. I'm going to get right into it. We are continuing to watch this volatility get worse and worse week after week. And the term depression, I think they're too scared to say the word depression, either believing that it can't happen or that it is beginning to happen right now. This thing that we're watching unfold right now, the air being let out of this bubble, as I believe these bubbles have been pricked. We will be lucky if this turns out to only be a depression. But if we see a depression in this country, which I believe has already started, it will be catastrophic for millions upon millions upon millions of people because they are completely unprepared physically, financially, and spiritually. And there are still people out there that believe the Fed is looking out for them. Think about that. The Fed is looking out for investors. I think the Fed now has no choice but to move forward. I think we're going to see another 50 basis point rate hike in June. But we have a country ill prepared for what is coming. A country drowning in debt. Now people living off of credit cards just to pay for essentials. This has been going on for quite a while, but they have absolutely zero savings. Nearly half of this country doesn't even have $500 saved up. Think about that. We are heading into a depression where half the country doesn't even have $500 saved up. We have a country where a majority of, these, of our citizens don't have a skill set. No savings, no skill set, and a lot of debt heading into a depression. How do you think this plays out for the majority of people in this country? We have people that took all the free money, gambled it in the stock market, gambled it in cryptos, have no savings, have no preparation. This thing could really, really get out of control, ladies and gentlemen. And I think it is beginning to get out of control. Think about the trillions of dollars that was wiped out of these markets today. Year to date, Netflix down 71%, Snap down 50%, Facebook down 41%, Amazon down 34%, Disney down 30%, Tesla down 25%. Bitcoin was down over $4,000 earlier today. That's 12%. Dow Jones, let's get right into it. Dow Jones closes down 653 points. That's 2%. S&P down another 131 points. That's minus 3.2%. NASDAQ absolutely decimated today, down 521 points, lost 4.29% just today. The Russell 2000 down 78 points, lost another 4.24%. We saw probably trillions of dollars in margin calls today, and trillions of dollars just wiped right out of these markets today. NASDAQ down 25% from its high. Yet you and I know people that are telling us nothing's wrong. Just keep buying the dip. The cheerleaders on the financial shows today. But I saw a little bit of fear on some of these faces today on these financial channels. Everything right now is selling off. And where is the money going? The Robin Hooders, they've been obliterated. They've been decimated. Their money's gone. A lot of investors, where's the money going? It's gone. They've lost it. It's gone. The smart money got out a while back. It's sitting on the sidelines. There is, I think, we're beginning to see some panic in these markets. But a lot of the wealth has been wiped right out. Robinhood stock is down 80% from its high. You know, and I know what's next. It's real estate. The real estate market is next on the chopping block. And this is when the big trouble begins. This is when your neighbors, your friends, your relatives, your family members begin to get in big, big trouble. I've never seen anything like this. Again, they could get the markets up 1,000 points tomorrow. I don't think it really matters at this point. They are beginning to lose control. And what really has been part of this is, well, interest rate repression, including QE, caused the biggest housing bubble ever. And it's all about to unwind. And because of all this cheap money, people were able to borrow money out of their homes, do cash out refis, go into the stock market, go into the crypto market, buy all this stuff up, go out and buy cars and RVs and sand rails and you name it. And now the bubble has been pricked and all this is beginning to unwind. And how much carnage do we see? And how long does it take to play out? And when does it really begin to accelerate? I think the acceleration has started. The everything bubble is beginning to deflate, ladies and gentlemen. Stocks and cryptos have been cratering. And as I've said, real estate is next. Think about that. You're going to see crypto, stock market. You're going to see all of it just unwind. Again, real estate, crypto, and the stock market all at the same time, just unwinding. Unbelievable. A couple articles I printed out while I was here today. CNBC, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says financial system working well despite potential for continued volatility. Do you believe the financial system is working well? Again, this has all been propped up with QE, 0% interest rates, and now it's all beginning to unwind while we have massive inflation, real inflation around 20% right now. This is what has been created with all this free money. People thought it was all free. Many people thought they were never ever going to have to go back to work, pay rent. This is just an utter mess we're watching unfold here. But Janet Yellen believes that the financial system is working well. I totally disagree. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Goldman Trader, the setup for an equity market crash is as high as I've ever seen it. Another one coming from the hedge. And the hedge today, Mr. Peter Schiff, the Fed has already lost the inflation fight. Just think how bad this would be if we still had 75 basis points on the table. Luckily, the Fed pulled the 75 basis points off the table, or this would be even worse than it is right now. But Mr. Peter Schiff said this: no matter what the Fed does, it has already lost the inflation fight. The bubble has been pricked. The Fed will kill the economy. It will now kill inflation. They're too far behind. They're too far behind in order to kill inflation. This is why I still love gold. Gold hammer to everything hammer today. But I'll tell you what, gold didn't get hammered like the cryptos, didn't get hammered like a lot of stocks out there. Most of these tech stocks, 90% of these tech stocks are down 50% plus from their highs. You must be holding real things, real assets at this point. We're heading into something that really the world has never seen before, never lived through before. And this is going to be a global Great Depression. The Fed, as Mr. Schiff said, will kill the economy. That is what's happening right now. It will not kill inflation. We are in a recessionary bubble right now. The recession is going to be worse. It will be worse than the last crisis we saw back in 2008. And he says this will be worse than the Great Depression. Peter Schiff says this recession will be worse than the Great Depression. So, it's a lot to really digest, but take the information, process it, and do what you think you have to do. But I think doing absolutely nothing and hoping that the Fed is going to come and save the day, I think that's going to be a very, very bad choice, a very bad decision. I don't think the Fed is coming to the rescue, ladies and gentlemen. I think they're going to destroy the economy. I think we're heading into a Great Depression. I think we have to. If the Fed does the right thing, they're going to destroy these markets. They're going to hurt the economy really, really bad. But it has to be done in order to stop this inflation, or inflation is going to get much worse. It is going to spiral out of control, and then you're going to see hyperinflation. Then we have big trouble. And there are still people in the comments down below that believe that America can never see hyperinflation. You got to be kidding me there. And there's people that believe that America could never experience another Great Depression. This is how delusional some people are. Another article today coming from the Spectator: crypto is dead. Crypto, it says here, has become boring. It's crashed before. It's crashed a few times. But back then, the bottom feeders came in, bought it up, and sent the price rebounding. This time around, there is very little enthusiasm. And here's some more problems. The free money, ladies and gentlemen, that all this QE, the $6 trillion, people staying at home for free, getting over $1,000 a week in benefits and unemployment. They were able to gamble in the stock market. They were able to gamble into these crypto markets. They had money to burn, money to spend. Guess what? The free money is over. And now we're beginning to see the outcome of that, that people don't have the discretionary gambling money to gamble in these markets. We have another problem: cash out refis. They've plunged. People are not refining. The refi market has completely plunged, and without that money, people don't have the money to gamble. Now people are buying essentials. They don't have the discretionary spending. They can't pull out 50, 100, 200,000 out of their home to buy the toys, to gamble in the cryptos, to gamble in these markets. Just imagine the people who did this, who borrowed tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars out of their homes to gamble in the stock market, to gamble in Bitcoin and the cryptos. Thinking crypto was a bargain at 47,000 and looking at it today at 32,000, 31,000, 30,000. These people have got to be panicking at this point. They have got to be getting very scared and worried. And what's going to happen very shortly, probably this summer, is you're going to see prices come down in housing, and this equity that makes people feel so rich, so wealthy, that they were taking money out of their homes, using their homes as an ATM to go and gamble, that equity is going to disappear, and these people are going to be so upside down on their homes. There's no way out. They're going to be done. So they're going to have worthless stocks, worthless crypto, and they're going to be upside down in their home. This is what's coming. This is my opinion. This is how I see it playing out. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Another article from CNBC today. Bitcoin drops more than 12% on Monday. Dips below 31,000 just days after topping 40,000. The volatility. I mean, to be in these crypto markets would drive me wild. Trading 24 hours a day. But I think that the enthusiasm in crypto is done. The free money in order to support this gambling is done. And now, as inflation continues to rise, but they'll tell us that inflation is going down because used car prices are going down. But in the real world, prices are going up on everything. And as this continues, people are going to choose to eat instead of gamble. And these Ponzi schemes are going to be in trouble. 40% of Bitcoin investors are now underwater. This on CNBC. Another one on CNBC, we talked about this yesterday. 40% of America's baby formula suppliers are out of stock. People laughed at us 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and we said, hey, maybe it's not a bad idea to put some food away, some emergency food away, some pet food away, baby formula. Maybe it's a good idea because things are not looking too good. But no, everybody laughed, everybody judged. And now people are going to the store and they're in shock with the prices they're seeing. They're in shock with the empty shelves, can't even get baby formula. And if they can, they're being price gouged. People are going to the pump daily and they see the amount of money that they have to pay. And some people are coming to the realization that they're not even going to be able to afford to drive to work. It's costing too much to even go to work. Diesel prices going through the roof. That's going to be passed on to you and I at the store. And now they're talking diesel shortages. So, these are the problems that continue to evolve. And then you have everything going on in China with everything shut down. And now we're going to see a shortage of ships. So before we were flooded with ships, we couldn't unload those. But now we're going to see a shortage of ships. So when we do unload them, there's not going to be much on them because they're shutting down their warehouses, their factories. And so this is going to be another huge problem for America as we are dependent on other countries for supplies, retail supplies, goods, products, and things of that nature. So what happens when it's not about price, but the products just don't show up on the shelves? So look, if you still have the means today, you have a job, you have a couple side hustles, buy what you need to buy right now, whether that's certain types of gear, whether that's food, whatever it is, get it now. Prices are only going to go up and it's going to get harder and harder to get these things. If you don't have some emergency food put away, you need to wake up, get some today. Spring wheat hits 14-year high on World War III and weather woes. This on the hedge today. Look, you need wheat for literally everything for food, right? To make literally anything. Without wheat, we have a food shortage. And so we're going to see more empty shelves, more prices going through the roof. And this is absolutely no joke, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a bit concerned and very, very worried about how this is all going to play out. And what I worry about is not myself or the people around me. It's the people, the tens and tens of millions, however many millions of people out there, probably 97% of the population, who has no preparation. And it's going to be your friends, your family members, your coworkers who are going to come knocking at your door, asking you for financial help, asking you for food. Their kids aren't eating, they need help. And again, these people did absolutely nothing the last 5 years to prepare. They did nothing. So, this is going to be a trying time coming to America. And I don't have the answer. I really don't. I really, really don't. It's hard to say no to people. But, while people, I can speak for myself, while I knew people who were taking vacations and posting all over social media their steak dinners at Morton's and Mastro's and leasing their new BMWs and showing their new condos out there in Orange County and just showing everybody what they had, although none of it was ever paid for. It was all on credit cards. It was all on debt. It was all financed. It's all leases. It's all rentals. But these people who wanted to impress you and I, these are the same people who have absolutely nothing. The same people who have no skill sets, no savings, no assets, nothing. And so when they come to your house and knock on your door for help, what will they have to offer you? They're going to want your food. They're going to want you to protect them. They're going to want you to feed their kids. But what do they have to offer you? Again, these are the same people who said you were crazy, you were paranoid, you were negative, but you're eating. You're safe. Your kids are eating. I don't know. It's going to be a hard one to answer, but there's going to be a lot of people closing that door and turning away a lot of people that they knew or even relatives. The churches have done pretty much absolutely nothing to prepare people and its congregations. I don't know too many churches that really did much. Not to say that they're not out there. The church should be preparing. The church should have food. The church should have water. The church should be a place of security and safety. But how many churches did that? Most churches I see were passing around the offering plate and their 501c3s, but did not do much for their congregations or their people. And they're going to be held accountable for this because the church should have been involved many, many years ago. But again, they don't want to talk about anything negative or scary or reality. And it's going to cost people a lot because of that. But I'm going to leave it there today. Still here in Alabama, absolutely gorgeous. But comment down below. I mean, this is a very, very ominous day in these markets. Waking up this morning, futures down multiple hundreds of points, and then the market just suffering all day long, just being beaten down across the board. Who's buying these markets? Who would buy these markets? This is nothing now but falling knives, and it has a long way to fall. If you think that the market is on sale right now, I think you're wrong. I think the sales are far from beginning, and same thing in real estate. This is going to be very interesting now to see how these markets continue to fall and how it all transitions over into the real estate market. Remember, people are losing a lot of money in crypto. They're losing a lot of money in the stock market. They're losing a lot of money in their 401ks. And pensions are vulnerable here. And people are looking at this today, and at some point they're going to go, hey, it's time to sell the vacation home. It's time to sell the second home. We need to get some cash. We need to raise some capital. There's been margin calls. Stocks have been hammered. Crypto has been hammered. At some point, people begin to get worried, and they have to begin selling things. That could be the Rolex watches. That could be the cars, the RV, the vacation home. And then sooner or later, it will be their main home, because people have been living so far beyond their means, feeling rich because the stock market's gone up, feeling rich because the crypto market went up, feeling rich because the price of their home went up. This is all changing right now. Again, crypto down, stocks down, and soon, probably within the next 90 days, we begin to see housing prices really begin to come down. And let's not forget the amount of inventory. I think we have about 1.8 million homes under construction. We have 1.1 million homes that are 90 days delinquent, going at some point into foreclosure. I think about 275,000 in foreclosure right now. If that 1.1 million don't go into foreclosure, many of those people are going to be forced to sell, and many will go into foreclosure. This whole thing's a mess, ladies and gentlemen. It's unwinding. It's breaking into 1,000 pieces, and it's going to play out sooner or later. And I think sooner has just arrived, and it is now beginning to play out. So we'll take it one day at a time. We'll see what the markets do tomorrow. Again, you know how this game goes. The Fed could come in here. Nobody wants to buy this garbage, but the Fed will come in, buy it for a day or two, and try to prop it back up and get some kind of confidence in these markets so they can get some suckers in here to buy it. But the smart money's gone. It's out. And this thing has a long way down to go. Stay safe. God bless. Patience, ladies and gentlemen. Exercise patience. One last thing before I close. If you're in escrow right now on a piece of real estate, such as a home, I would be very, very worried. This isn't financial advice. Again, this is my opinion, but just think, if you're watching this video today and you're in escrow on a home, you got to be very, very worried with what you're seeing. I'll leave it there today. God bless. Talk with all of you soon.